Hi, I'm Lena. Welcome to my channel. I would like to start making videos about art. Hopefully, my channel is something that you'll be interested in keeping up to date with. Today, I will be starting by taking a sketchbook that I have lightly used and making it feel brand new again to motivate myself to use it more. And maybe you have a sketchbook yourself that you would like to repurpose. So I hope this video inspires you to do that. So let's get started. So as I have mentioned, I will be using this roughly A5 moleskin watercolor sketchbook. As you can see, there is moleskin right there. It looks a little bit scuffed because I have already used this before, and I'm sure you have some that you've barely used, and you could probably repurpose them and give them a new life and use them. So that's my little message for today, to try to do that. So some of the issues I have here is this is fine, but this page is quite flimsy, and as you can see, this spine is ruined because I had taken off the page that's usually glued onto here, which my understanding is this gives the notebook strength. So this has been used, as I have said. I do really enjoy these first 2 pages. I have some horses here. The one downside of this sketchbook is that it's very long, so I don't really feel like I can show everything all at once, which is a shame, and perhaps that's not a good thing, but you know what, I'm gonna deal with it, and I'll use this up, and then maybe I'll buy a different shape another time. But I do really like these two. But then I don't really like anything else I've done here. With the exception of these two, I had put down a different layer of color, and I was just trying different colors to see how they work on top. And yeah, by the way, everything that I paint is taken from photographs that I have taken, and these are of boglands in Ireland. So you'll probably kind of see this type of landscape a lot. If I will be making landscapes, they'll kind of look like this probably. Then I have some bees, which again, these are from pictures that, this is the same picture, but it's pictures that I have taken. Actually, I tell a lie, I think my boyfriend might have taken these pictures, but my boyfriend is an entomologist, so I might end up painting bugs as well, and those will likely be from him, either the bugs from him or the pictures as well. But that's what, you know, entomology is quite a unique career, and insects look very interesting, so I might as well use that resource as I have it. But I was trying to work on how do you call this, like it's a white liquid you put on, and it like becomes kind of gummy, and you can paint over it so that the paper stays white. I don't remember the name of it right now, but I was trying to play around with that, but I don't really like this. Then I did something that I didn't like, and I glued these together. And then I have this, which I started working on and I didn't finish, and I don't feel particularly interested in finishing it either. So the rest is blank, and it's quite a few pages, but there's far more left, and then there's nothing here in the back. So that's that. So what I will be doing is I'm going to reinforce this first page and the pages here so that the sketchbook is a bit stronger. I will try to reinforce the spine. I don't know if I have the correct method of doing this, but we'll just give it a go. We'll take out these pages. We'll take out all of them, and I might reuse these in some way. But for the time being, I'm just gonna take these out, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. And then I'll probably add a little pattern here on the back as well. And we'll see what else. We might decorate the front as well, but I do kind of enjoy this black, but we will see. So I think, and you can follow along if you have a sketchbook, but if you do decide to do this, do it your own way. Do how you think you should do it. This is all a personal journey. So I'm going to start off by finding the pages with the thread in the middle, as this is a threaded sketchbook. I believe taking out the pages also makes the sketchbook weaker, but you know what? I prefer that than not using this. So I'm going to find pages with this middle here, and I'm gonna take them out one by one and put them to the side. So, oh God. You can also, you could also probably make little notches on the pages here so that you're not pulling at the thread, which I don't know. This may actually be a smarter idea. Well, I'm not gonna do that because I don't really care right now. Oh, but this is glued to two things. Okay, hold on. Ooh, I could keep this one. And then it's like a half thing. I don't think that's a good idea. You know what? I'll take this out, even though it's unused. And I will use it for something. I'm not just gonna leave these. I'm ruining this even more. Okay. This isn't, maybe this isn't the best sign, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay. I'm just gonna use the X-Acto knife now and loosen up this glue a little bit so it's not pulling so much at it. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. This is getting worse. All right. We got these pages here. And for the time being, I'm just gonna put these to the side. Now let's have a look at this. So this spine is like coming off, and yeah, it's a gorgeous sketchbook. By the way, this is like completely my own fault. This is like the second time I'm doing this. I think Moleskine has really good sketchbooks, and I've used them before. This one, this is a Moleskine sketchbook as well. Moleskine, see? And this is the smaller one, and I had used this before, and like, look, the spine is completely fine. So blame me for that, not the product. But anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to super glue this a little bit, which I don't know if that's a good idea, but that is what I'm gonna do, and we will see from there what we'll do. And I'm gonna trim this thread just a little bit. I also do have like this kind of tacky glue, which maybe that would actually be better, but I have no clue, so I don't. Yeah, I think that's actually a good idea. So I've got super glue. Okay, let me just dot a little bit of glue. This might be a bad idea. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to, there's like these pieces that have like paper. I think that's just gonna like bleed through. As I said, entirely my fault, and this is never gonna be like a clean process. I'm actually just gonna put it down and push down on it, and maybe that will kind of help to bind it together. But this isn't the cleanest process, and it's going to be unique for everyone because of what they had done in their own sketchbooks, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And this is about using the things that we have, being less wasteful, using, like, getting the buck for the money that we have spent. You can mess something up, or maybe you can just do something that you didn't like the first time, but you can change it, you know? But yeah, I'll hold this for a little bit and then I'll come back and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's have a little look to see. Okay. That's pretty good on there. So it is, I would say. All right, I like that. I like that. If it gets ruined, then we'll just have to fix it again, and that's okay. Next, what I want to do is, I have this tacky glue. I don't know if this is the best thing to use for this. I do also have Pritt stick, but I think this is gonna be a better idea. I'll put in some glue here as well, which is actually how the sketchbook comes. But I had torn it off and it's solely my fault. So we'll do that. Might even do just a little bit more, just a teeny weeny bit. And maybe I'll put some on this page too. Okay. So you can see there is glue all in the center here. And I'm gonna take this first sketchbook page and I'm just gonna push it down onto this because I think this is the better way to go about this. Maybe I'll put this down. This is another sketchbook and I'll put this on it and I'll let this kind of settle for a little bit. So I have got this paper, which I got from this little set, and I will be using this paper to make like a front and a back kind of cover like I did here. And I have used this exact same one for this, but I think it goes so nicely with the logo and I think it looks really pretty. And this will be filled with watercolor painting, so it should be colorful. So I think it's gonna look really cool. So I'm gonna do the same thing in here. And how I'm gonna go about it is I'll put this across it, see how it sits nicely, and then I'll measure it out and I'll cut it, I think, with an X-Acto knife on this. So let me get some of these things sorted. I actually forgot about this, but what I had done in the small sketchbook is I made sure that the patterns aligned with how I cut them, and I did have enough paper to do that, but I didn't think of it. But it's really not gonna matter that much anyways, but it's probably a nice idea to have them align. So I got my sketchbook here. Let's look how this came out. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. I think it's kind of, oh no, that's okay, because these two aren't fully, like, they don't align here, but that's okay because I think once it closes it's kind of okay, and it just makes it more safe. Also that gap there, oof, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna glue this front again using this tacky glue, and this will help also to make this stronger, I think, and I think it looks cool too. So I had glued these down, as you saw in the time lapse, and I beveled the edges, and this book is basically set. The first page also seems to be fine. There's a lot of a gap here, but this just opens up nicely, and that's usually the way it is anyway. I just had messed up, and I don't think I'll be making anything on here, but the rest looks fine. The sketchbook also doesn't seem to be like stuck anywhere because of the glue, and it looks to be just in a better shape, and it's basically brand new. And you know what? You know that sort of pressure you feel to start a brand new notebook or sketchbook? Well, this literally isn't brand new, so just go for it and give it a try. Repurpose something that you haven't been using and give it a new life, and just have fun, like getting rid of something that doesn't serve you anymore and making something new that will. So I'll leave that here for now. So thank you so much for joining me today. I had fun repurposing the sketchbook. I really do urge you to give this a go because I think it's a great exercise, and as I've said, you then feel a lot less pressure like starting this because it's not brand new. You've already used it and you've already like ruined it once, so like what happens if you ruin it again, you know? Which I don't know, I think this exercise helps to take off some of that pressure, and I'm looking forward to doing things in here. I had made a list of some potential themes I would like to explore in this, or subjects. I don't know what it is that I'm gonna be doing yet. Thank you so much, and I will see you another time. Bye!